What would Anchorman say? Ron Burgundy. Hot chocolate. Bananas. Okay, what is up, guys? So I've actually kind of made the decision. Although I do love writing blogs, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And so I figured I've always kind of wanted to do video blogs in the first place, so why not start right now? Welcome to the vlog, the very first vlog ever. This vlog is about what my life has been like after I graduated from Azusa Pacific University. I just graduated in May. I studied business marketing. I'm actually originally from Bainbridge Island, Washington, which is a little island across from Seattle. Now I am a Southern California local. Instead of moving home, I kind of pursued my dreams and went to live in California and make it on my own. And I did have the option to obviously go home and live with my parents, but I wanted to take a little bit more of an ambitious approach to my life. I really love Southern California, period. Like, I'm very, very happy here. And so I just have so many friends and family here that I really didn't want to leave, and honestly, it's so beautiful. I mean, I get to go outside every single day and enjoy it. Not that I always do that, but I have the option to. And it's a lot easier to make plans when weather doesn't change like it does in Seattle. Back to what this vlog is actually about. It was kind of brutal because I had started job searching. I had applied to probably 100 companies. Written cover letters for them, did applications, whatever it was, edited my resume to make it sound better, to make it look better. And the reality was, like, I'm a kid that just graduated from college. You know, I don't have a whole abundance of real world experience that a lot of companies are looking for. That job search was not very good. For the first time in my life, I actually could not find a job at all. And it was really freaking me out back in high school, and whenever I needed college internships, I was able to find a job no problem. I was really blessed, and I actually got a call from Nordstrom, which was a company that I'd worked with for several different seasons. I was a seasonal employee for them for the last several years. I always really, really enjoyed working for Nordstrom. They're a great company. They're very customer service centric. I have nothing negative to say about that. There are specific Nordstroms around the country that are not meant to bring in an unbelievable amount of business. And I happen to be working at that one. And obviously that's a little bit of a different experience coming from the Seattle Nordstrom, which is the store #1, and it's their highest volume store in the country. Well, one of them at least, other than the Grove, which is also in Southern California. I came in and I was ready to sell. I was working women's shoes, which was different for me because I didn't know anything about women's shoes, but I'm a quick learner and I did really well. I wasn't making as much money as they had kind of promised me that I was going to, just considering that they gave me, you know, an estimation, like an average basically of what the people in their department were selling. What you don't really know about that statement was that the majority of the people working in that department have been working there for years, and they have clients that come to them every single week buying thousands of dollars of shoes, no problem. I was obviously not selling as much as I was at Seattle because honestly, the volume there was so much higher that you just have the opportunity to sell a lot more. But I was making good money, and for a while, I was pretty happy about it. I was pretty happy about the people that I worked with. The people I worked with were awesome. So I had a really good manager, and good assistant managers except for one. She would get mad at me for not doing it the way that she wanted it done, even though I got it done, period. And there are some people that are like that, and I was just kind of learning how she was managing differently, but it seemed like she was managing me more than anyone else. And that really got on my nerves. This was a return hub, but that majorly affects the paycheck of a commissioned salesperson. And so if you're going to Nordstrom and you're buying from a salesperson, don't just buy stuff because you can return it. Just know that, like, if you buy something and you return it, that commission is now going to be taken out of that salesperson's paycheck. And all of that nice service they just gave you does not matter anymore.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
So, for the future, when you guys are doing that, just, if you're gonna buy and return, buy online. But anyways, I would come in every single day after like the first month and I just kind of be miserable.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
I didn't want to be there. I was always kind of like anticipating somebody breathing down my neck and watching my every move, and nobody likes to be micromanaged. And I am just a very entrepreneurial person, and so naturally that's not something that I appreciated. But I was called up to HR, and he was up there, and basically he was just like, hey, so I wanted to talk to you. As you can see, like, business is really slow right now, and it was true. Like, all of the salespeople were performing super, super low because there was not a lot of people coming through the store. It was after, you know, all of the anniversary sale, and quite frankly, it's just a lull in the year for retail. And so I was like, okay, that's understandable. Like, yeah, I know it's been kind of tough for everyone. He was like, so, like, I'm really sorry, but unfortunately, like, we just have too many people on the sales floor and we need to let you go. So tomorrow's gonna be your last day. And I was just like, what? I just bought a car. Obviously I'm paying for rent here. And I have a girlfriend. First of all, pretty sure you have to give me 2 weeks notice. And he told me that since I was seasonal, he didn't have to give me 2 weeks. It was just based on business needs.
If I am fired, I swear to God that every single piece of copier paper in this town is going to have the F word on it.
So I worked for Nordstrom for 3 months. I got let go. I was scrambling after that. I was towards the middle of the month and I had gotten a paycheck for $300. After that, they gave me my last paycheck and they were like, cool, peace, you don't have to be here anymore. And I was like, wow, that's shitty. I knew that I wanted to still be here, and I knew that God was going to provide for me somehow, and that somehow in the middle of this time of like me being terrified of like what's going on in my life, I knew somehow it was going to work out better for me. And actually, you know, my girlfriend was very, very supportive, which is awesome. McKenna is just like freaking amazing. A lot of the time she's the one stressing out and I'm the one making her feel better, but this time she was totally there for me, and it feels good to have somebody there for you when you feel like a failure. And that's definitely how I felt, because I've never in my life been fired from a job, and I continued to say like, oh, I was let go because of like business purposes or because of, you know, slow business. But like I was fired from Nordstrom. Even my parents told me like, hey, it literally happens to everybody. Like every single entrepreneur you ever meet, they've been fired from something. Like stuff just didn't work out for them, and that's how it worked out for me. And honestly, looking back at it, huge, huge blessing, because from that point, McKenna and I started our own social media management and consulting company called DM Media, which you guys have probably seen on my social, McKenna's social, the DM Media social. But that's going very, very well. And it's actually going so well that McKenna and I are not working any other jobs, and it's fully supporting us.
Well, well, well. How the turntables.
And so, huge blessing. Whenever trials and tribulations happen to you and you just are like shitting your pants because you have no idea how life's gonna work out, like literally do not give up faith, because there's always something better for you. It's gonna suck for a little bit, but then like, honestly, God is just so good. And so we started this company. It's going very, very well for us. Ironically, our first client, called the Robot Rumpus, they're the first company that we started working with who gave us the chance, which was really cool because there were no companies who wanted to give me a chance when I was applying for jobs. And so that was like phenomenal. Like we really impressed them. We put together a freaking phenomenal pitch for them, a great presentation. They really liked where we were going with it. We acquired and started working with them because I worked at Nordstrom. I met Yasmin, the CEO of this company, from a return that she did at Nordstrom. Like the thing that I hated the most was returns. And that's how I met her. That struck up conversation about if I do anything else. That ended up being the company that provided the finances for us to be able to stay here. And so McKenna and I are both teaming up on that. McKenna is just so incredible with this business. Like her tangible design skills, like her drive with all these different companies is like above and beyond what I ever wanted in a partner in a company. And it's beautiful because the other company, Agape, that I started in like my freshman year, I was always looking for somebody like that. And with this, it just organically happened. And we work so well together. Like, she does a lot more of the tangible design work, website. We collaborate with both of those things, but she's the main fire behind it. And I pretty much work with clients, and I'm the middleman. I'm like all the communication between it. I'm very good with talking to people. And so that is where I am existing in this. And obviously, I'm a very creative person too, so I help spark ideas with McKenna, and we create them together. And so it is such a phenomenal partnership, and I couldn't be more happy, and the business is rolling, and it's awesome. So that is pretty much how post-grad life is going. It's pretty weird how God works. He has like a weird, funny sense of humor, like, oh, I'm gonna fire you with 1 day's notice, but then you're gonna be so much happier, like so quick after that. Like, it's not the end of the world. When you think it's the end of the world, it's not. So just never give up. If you have the drive, throttle it and go. If you're mentally there, the success will find you. And obviously you need to do your due diligence to be able to really trigger it and go and get it. It just takes time. And so if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, or you feel like you're just not where you want to be, or you see other people doing something that you want to be doing, let that fuel you. Don't let it cripple you. That's the worst possible thing that you could be doing. So just let everything set you on fire. Everything. One of the things I love to do is I love to go to the gym. And so, like, having our own business, we have our own schedule. We work around us. And so I am able to go to the gym, eat, do what I want when I want. And obviously you have to figure out time management between that, but that's something that makes me really, really happy. I feel like I'm happier and healthier because of that. That will conclude this vlog. Thank you so much for listening to the very first vlog that I've recorded. I hope I didn't disappoint. I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Thank you. How do I end this? Is that? I don't know. Okay, thanks.